good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Every time I get asked a question, tell me about yourself, my brain instantly tries to figure out some existential questions, such as who am I, what have I accomplished so far, and what is my purpose. Since my young age, I loved reading. I remember hiding under the blanket and reading with a flashlight in the middle of the night when everybody's asleep. That's why I guess I always had those big bags under my eyes and non-stop yawning at the school. And at this age, I was a huge fan of Harry Potter. I begged my mom to buy me new books right after they were released. And between releases, I read them over and over. So of course, my dad made lots of jokes about my fangirling over Harry. What I want to point out is that books affected me a lot. I think 30% of the person who I am now was shaped by books, by affection of books. Books made me crave for adventures. My biggest dream in my childhood was to have my backpack and leave my home to face all this big world and adventures what are waiting ahead of me. But other concerns were holding me back. At the same time, I dreamt of growing up and taking care of my parents, which would grow old by that time. I really didn't want to let them down or even disappoint them. So like my childish goals, life goals were like tearing me apart until I was hit by one thought. And this thought was like, why don't I just study hard, get a job that will let me accomplish all my dreams, travel all around the world, and just support my parents at the same time. Looking back now, it sounds so childish, naive, and silly, but this newly formed goal was motivating me for a long, long time. I became really determined, I became really responsible person, I got into a really good school and got a scholarship from university. I've accomplished my dream of traveling and I've done everything to help my parents. When I was a teenager, I started to learn English. It's not only about English that I enjoyed. I enjoy different languages, as well as Kazakh and Russian. So back then, I thought that I want to be an interpreter or a teacher of languages. But since my mom was a teacher and her job was taking up too much of her time and strength and sometimes nerves, she didn't want any of her children to follow her footpath. And she also gave me a piece of advice. She said, you can follow your passion, you can still keep up learning languages, but you can also choose something else as your profession, so you will have bigger skills, more knowledge, and wider possibilities in the future. And she was right. I still keep on learning languages. Currently, I'm fighting with German language. Learning this language reminds me of a battle when sometimes I take over it and sometimes it takes over me. And at these times, I feel really devastated. But no giving up, I still have hope inside of me. So now I work as a box designer. Job takes up. I can describe myself as a fresh graduate. I have only 1 year experience, and most of the time, this experience is not enough. I understand that it's not enough. Job takes up like 9 hours of my day every day, and that's why I think it's an essential part of my life. So by the end of my speech, I still have no idea what is my purpose, and I still have no idea what have I accomplished so far. But I know who I am. I am just an ordinary girl with big dreams.